Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your favorite bro, Dynasty Bro Vic, and I'm not here with my bros, but instead I got a cool guest, Mr. Laquan Jones. We'll get you guys introduced to him in a second. See, I'm already fucking up, man. We already talked about it in in pre-production, but it's all good. But this is
Let's do it.
Dynasty Bros episode 46. This is where you come for all your fantasy football needs and to chop it up about the latest NFL news. So of course I'm one of your hosts, Dynasty Bro Vic, and you mind introducing yourself real quick? Just saying hello.
What up? What up? What up? It's your boy Real Deal Fantasy HQ with your boy LQ. The Wolfpack is here in the building. Let's get it.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you joining me, man. So today we want to talk about a wide receiver versus. So what does that mean? If you guys have been on Instagram lately, we've seen the Nelly and Ludacris versus. We've seen the Scott Storch and Manny Fresh versus.
Oh yes.
The Alicia Keys and John Legend. So we want to do our own fantasy football edition of that. But
Fire.
Yeah, man. But before we get into that, man, did you get to check out any of those versus sessions?
I checked out the Scott Scorch and
Manny Fresh.
Manny Fresh. That's the one I saw. That one I was interested, but Manny Fresh got washed, man. He got washed. Yeah. It wasn't fair because Dr. Dre, helped out with most of those hits, but it is what it is.
Those are two different tiers, man. That was like Michael Thomas going up against, I don't know.
I can't even put anybody against Michael Thomas, honestly.
Yeah, that's true. That's probably a bad example, man. And I just threw my Indianapolis Colts under the bus, man. I probably shouldn't have did that, but
yeah, we get it though.
But you get it, man. Different tiers, man. So we'll see.
Yeah, man. Crazy, bro.
Yeah. But at least for today, man, so we want to give you guys our wide receiver versus. So for today's show, I picked out two sets of wide receivers. Laquan has his two sets, and we're just going to state our case. And then at the end, we're just going to plant our flag and, let you guys know which side do we prefer. In Dynasty, we want to represent from that standpoint since we're the Dynasty Bros. But before we get into that, let's get into Laquan's football resume. So that's something we do with all of our guests. Whenever we have someone come on, we just like to learn a little bit more about you. So let's start with the real side of football, and then let's transition to the fantasy side. So,
well, my football resume, start off, obviously, I'm a Rams fan. You know what I mean? So I did play a little football as a kid, but I ended up playing the real football, which is soccer. You know what I mean? That's my living, diehard sport. I've been playing since I was 5 years old. But now I'm dipping into my adulthood to where I'm dipping into flag football. I play like every other season, I guess I'll play, I'll jump in with my buddies and, I'm good at linebacker. I'm the flag grabber, you know what I mean? I'm floating all over around the field, you know what I mean? Interceptions, etc. But, I dip in and out of sports really. I have really no time to really do anything like other than fantasy football and work with the two kids, the wife, you know what I mean? Try to mix everything up.
Got you. Nice. So let's transition to the fantasy football side. How long have you been playing fantasy?
Now, I've been playing in fantasy, I want to say about, it's been some years. I want to say 8 years. Eight years I've been playing fantasy to where, Jeremy Hill was still relevant, second-round pick. Julio Jones, obviously the hot top 3 pick, in that time, you know what I mean? I'm trying to figure out who was still around playing. I have no clue, but that long with Jeremy Hill. That's all I remember because I won a championship with Jeremy Hill.
Oh, nice. I was going to throw Maurice Jones-Drew out there. That was one of that TJ, TJ House. I'm not even about to butcher his last name.
TJ, who's your mama? That's what I call that boy.
There we go. That works too, man. So, cool, man. So,
man.
Yeah, we've been playing for about the same amount of time, man. So I started back in 2012. So, and then I did play a little D3 football in college, so I played some wide receivers. So that's my background, but I'm not going to dive too much into my resume. Thank you for sharing.
My resume is short. My resume is very short because I played soccer, the real football.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'm with that because my dad's from Nigeria, so yeah, that's the real football. So
word. I'm from here. I'm just the weirdo that plays soccer. Okay. The African American dude that's just soccer fanatic. I love England. I love Manchester United. That's all I'm about. You know what I mean? So I'm the black sheep.
Cool. You play FIFA?
Oh hell, who want the
Okay.
smoke?
See, I'm actually boycotting FIFA right now because Nigeria is banned. So when they get back on there, I might buy the game
Yeah,
again. So
yeah, I feel
I
you,
I,
bro.
I need that speed and no defense, man. That's what they're known for.
Yo, Mexico too. Mexico
Yeah,
got all that speed, no defense, but they getting better. They getting better.
yeah, cool. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you sharing that football resume.
Yeah.
If you guys, for the listeners, you guys can go back to our football resumes. That's the very first episode we did back when we didn't know what the fuck we were doing. And I mean, to be honest, we're still figuring it out. But if you want to dive a little bit more deeper into like my resume, Dot's resume, Avo's, that's the very, very first episode we put out there. So,
Mm-hmm.
Laquan, I want to thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, word.
All right, man. So now let's transition to what's the word, man. So a lot's been happening, man. Even though it's the off season, we've been quarantined. We're
Yeah.
trying to figure out if we're gonna have football or not. But a lot's been going down. So let's just run through a couple of things, man, and we'll get your takes on some of these things that's been going on.
Mm-hmm.
First, let's start with the Scott Fish Bowl, man. So you're in it, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Is,
sir.
is this your first time in it, or are you a veteran?
First time in it, and very excited. Happy I can do something that's good. For a good cause for charity.
Yeah,
Definitely want to, give more back. When I do what I can. You know what I mean.
yeah,
And I definitely am like super hyped to be in it because I've been campaigning to get in it since like April, May when I signed up. So like it's definitely exciting to get exposure, to get, new contacts, connecting and networking with other fantasy channels and stuff like that, which is
yeah,
dope because the community is just open arms. You know what I mean? Like there's not many people that are out there, like, bashing other people's channels and stuff like that, trolling, etc. But I just love the fantasy football community, and I love the Twitter fantasy football community, and I love the Facebook fantasy football community. They're all the same. Now Instagram, it gets a little weird. You know what I
yeah,
mean? I'm not too much on Instagram to where like I can have my same following I got on Facebook, Twitter to Instagram. I'm trying to figure out how to transition all that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because Instagram, you got a lot of trolls, man. That's where the trolls live and breathe, man. You got people talking crazy on there.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out Instagram too, man. And plus, it's a different world, man. I mean, we live in a world where it's breaking news, so Twitter's more real time.
Yeah,
Facebook's a step or two slower, but
yeah.
Instagram is a little bit more slow motion. But I could definitely echo everything you said there. I mean, the fantasy community has been opening arms to
Hmm.
us and welcoming us in, and it's easy to look at another podcast or another content creator's competition, but if you're
Yeah,
doing your thing, people love to highlight you, shout you out, and
yeah.
welcome you and come on. So
I've been doing this for 3 years now, and like I want to say in year one, that's where I was looking at other people's channels as competition. I was trying to, you know, take something that they're doing, put my own swag on it, my own spin on it. But then
yeah,
year two, I kind of fell back to reflect. Like if you look at my year one videos, I was putting out content every day. And then year two, I kind of fell back. I literally only put out 7 videos because of work. And I took time to reflect to hit them as hard as I can this year. You know what I mean? And I
yeah,
just didn't really like it was just tunnel vision. I wasn't worried about what this guy's doing or what that guy's doing or anything like that. I'm just gonna do me, you know what I mean? Like just have my own like persona. I don't wanna like find myself following somebody that's doing the same thing I'm doing and then I end up mimicking not knowingly the things they do. You know what I mean? So I always wanna be different. I always wanna stand out. I wanna be like, oh yeah, that dude real deal, boom. You know what I mean? I might have the craziest hot takes ever, but I'm telling you, man, I got a track record, man.
yeah,
Sometimes I do be knowing what I'm talking about. So that's the angle that I try to do things. You know what I mean? Like you just got to be different. You got to do your own thing, man. You can't really worry about what everybody else is doing. And I think for now, whatever I'm doing is working. You know what I mean? I feel good about myself about where I'm at. In year 3 of actually doing this, is set up a channel, a podcast, a Twitter following, a Facebook following, Instagram, etc., YouTube. And it's like, I really just am tunnel vision right now.
nice, nice. I definitely see it, man, because I mean, when I got on Facebook, at least the fantasy community there, I
Mm.
started seeing your videos, so that's how I kind of caught wind of you. And then,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this guy's on Twitter too. So yeah, I definitely been following you for a while, and I definitely like the work you're putting out. And to your
Thank you.
point, man, I mean, this is a space where you're better off just being yourself. I mean,
Definitely.
you know, we got a lot of pressures enough in the real world, so why not just be yourself? Um,
Exactly.
and the thing about fantasy, man, I think some of the top, rankers and people who are accurate, they're like 60, 65% accurate. So
Mm-hmm.
that this is the perfect space for me. That's basically like a D, right? I mean, I can
Yeah,
do
right.
that all day long, man.
Let's pass it. Let's do it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because you're talking to a C student in undergrad, so if I can score 60, 65 and be the man,
Right.
that
Yeah.
definitely
All I
works for
wanted
me.
to do was just do the homework, and I guess play soccer and get past, get by.
Yeah.
Whatever. You know what I mean? Because, like, to be honest, I really knew what I wanted to do, like, by, like, 10th grade, I would say. So I
Okay.
wanted to work on cars. So it's like most of the stuff that I'm learning right now, I'm never going to use. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, screw it, send
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Let's get some of this real world stuff. All right, so we've actually we just hit our 1 year anniversary as far as being a podcast on July 6th,
Congrats.
and of course, thank you, and of course that's when the Scott Fishbowl kicked off, so that was the perfect 1 year anniversary gift. But
Nice.
talk to me about your team, man. So who do you have on your team right now?
It's who I'm really cooking up right now, who I want to
Okay.
get. He's still flying there. I don't want to say it just in
Yeah,
case
yeah,
somebody's watching or whatever. But
yeah.
my team right now, I went at it, a lot of people were having like this routine or their plan that they were going to do for draft day. I said I'm just going to send it the first 3 rounds, and it worked out. I got Michael Thomas in the first round at 111, and then I scooped back around and got Julio Jones. I'm looking at 2 PPR monsters right now. So
Yeah.
thank you. I'll take that. And then Jonathan Taylor, like for the past 2 months, I've been really quiet about him. I didn't want to give him too much gas, too much hype, for my league mates or whatever. But now they know I'm a Jonathan Taylor fan. I am a full send on Jonathan Taylor. He's probably going to be on a lot of championship teams this year, man, and it's going to cook up fast.
Yeah, it might be a slow start, but definitely towards the end, towards playoffs, tournament
He's giving
time.
me Derrick Henry vibes. He's
Yeah.
going to turn the hell up when it comes playoff time. When
Hey,
it comes playoff time, especially where you're getting him in drafts, people are getting him as like an RB2. Say if you get a stud RB1 and he's sitting there as stud RB2, wait until that back half of the season. He's going to turn up like Derrick Henry. So
Yeah.
it's going to be crazy.
I definitely believe you, man. I'm with it because I'm a Colts fan, so I'm here in Indianapolis. So
Mm-hmm.
I already know what's cooking. So yeah,
Naeem Hines, 2021. Ooh,
yeah.
I'm
Gotta
waiting
watch him
on
too.
it. I'm waiting on it.
Cool,
You
cool.
need to eat.
All right, so that's your squad so far. I like it, man. And we're
Yeah.
drafted from the 112 spot, so I'm co-GMing, and that worked
Oh,
out,
wow.
man. Because when I'm co-GMing, like, hey, I get a pick, Doc get a pick, so
Yeah.
it's at that point, it's no argument. So, but with the
Yeah, right?
112, yeah, with the 112, we took Dak Prescott, and then
Mm-hmm.
with the 201, we took Kenyon Drake, and then
Ooh.
yeah, and
I'm
then
surprised he made it there.
well,
A lot of people were taking him in at the late first round, which is crazy.
yeah, we had some people jump on quarterbacks. So I'm in the Jenga division. Shout out to the Jenga division, and I got Katie Flower in there with UTH. She did just snipe us the last round, but I don't want to keep putting that energy out there. Let her know she's been sniping us. So, but yeah, shout out to the Jenga
Sniper
division.
game.
Yeah, man. So we got Dak, we got Kenyon, and then at the 312 we took who did we take? Oh, we took Chris Godwin. I can't believe he was there.
Chris Godwin? Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
I'm definitely big on him.
yeah.
Definitely big on Godwin. He's not going to leave the field.
Yeah, and for him to finish as the number 2 PPR wide receiver, having missed 2 games, that's crazy, right?
Woof. I need all stocks of him. Unfortunately, I didn't get him. I wanted him, but I didn't get him. He went in the second round. There was no way I was going to get him.
Yeah,
My division's a little bit crazy. Shout out to Electronic Football. I mean, they were taking quarterbacks like they were going out of style, man. Matt Ryan, Matthew Stafford, Big Ben, they all just went off like in the second and third round. And these were guys that I was looking to target later, like probably like the 5th or 6th round. But they were just flying off the board like crazy.
yeah. And then for our 4th pick, 401, we got Clyde Edwards, man. So why not, man?
Ooh.
It's kind of like
How you feel about Clyde? You on that wave?
Yeah, I am, man. I mean, the draft capital's there, and of course,
Yeah.
when Kareem was there, he kind of got the early run as a rookie when Spencer Ware went down. But at least in this scenario, they got the first round draft capital. So I'm definitely expecting them to do some big things, and even if we got to be patient at the beginning of the run, but come
Yeah,
playoff
I'm
time,
on the
it'll be
fence.
good.
I haven't publicly said anything about Clyde because I don't know which way to go with it.
Okay.
So I'm more of like he's on my wait and see list. Like I'm gonna just be quiet and see what happens because I really can't put my thumb on it and just be like, yeah, this is a full send. I can't campaign that because I just don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But we're all in on our side. But so
Yeah.
given we needed an RB2, we'll definitely take a piece of the Kansas City.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Especially in that system. Andy Reid, he's going to give you a top 5, top 10, running back. So why not?
Yeah. All right, man. So now that we know how our teams are shaking up, man, let's talk about someone else's team in the Scott Fish Bowl. So shout out to Ennis the Menace. He actually took Matt Barkley with the 102, man. Did you hear about that?
And then Matt Barkley tweeted today saying, shout out to everybody that drafted me mistakenly over Saquon Barkley. You're the real ones.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I'll be so mad. I would literally just stop. I'd be like, you know what? Just kick me out. I'm done. I'm done. I would never draft again.
Man, so this is, of course, my first Scott Fish Bowl, and I'm looking at it like, all right, are they going to reverse it? I mean, it was clearly a mistake, but they just kept rolling, man. I'm like, okay, the Scott Fish Bowl is savage. Okay.
Savage lifestyle. That's not going back.
Yeah, man. One and done, man. So shout out to him. He's been a good sport about it. So people have been following him. I follow him. So yeah, make sure everybody give him a follow.
Yeah, definitely. He's been a good sport, he needs a hug right now.
Yeah, he definitely needs a hug.
Wow, that is insane. I could not believe when I saw that. I thought it was photoshopped. I'm like, nah, nobody did that. And then I kept seeing it getting retweeted and retweeted and retweeted.
Yeah.
I'm just like, holy shit, how do you do that?
When I first saw it, I thought it was from last year. I'm like, okay, here's the running joke. No, this is this year's.
Okay. Yeah, this is live. This is happening right now. Yeah. Oh my God. That was insane. I could not believe that. I really thought that was fake. I really did. I was like, no way. No way.
That had to have been the longest work day for that dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I seriously would have just stopped right there. I would have just closed the laptop, threw my phone, I've been done. Never hearing me again.
Yeah. All right, let's keep it pushing. So Colin Kaepernick, I said Nook. Kaepernick, he actually tweeted out he's doing a partnership with Disney and also ESPN, so he's going to be doing a docu-series.
Oh, wow. I actually saw that. I just didn't read it. I didn't really get the full details on that. That's dope.
Yeah, so it's going to cover his past 5 years of his life, given, from being in the league to the kneeling to being out of the league and now being an activist. So I'm actually looking forward to that because, of course, if you saw the Jordan documentary or The Last Dance.
Yeah, if it's a 10-part, that would be sick. I'll be tuning in for that, definitely.
Yeah, so check out Colin's Twitter. He actually posted that, so we'll get some more details I can follow there.
Hell yeah.
All right, the big news of the day, man. Pat Mahomes, man. So he dropped this, or at least he signed this monumental contract, man. So the Chiefs locked him in 10 years, 10-year contract. It's through the 2031 season.
Jesus.
It's for $450 million, but I mean, I'm hearing that it's going to end up being a little
503.
Yeah, 503. So it's going north for that, but it's going to be tied to the cap, man. So what are your thoughts on that, man? Give me your reaction.
I feel like this is like a contract that I want to say not as much though, maybe like a 10-year contract, back in the day for Brady. You know what I mean? That should have been already set in stone after like the third Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's insane. That's a commitment. You know what I mean? Like 10 years, I don't know the full details of the contract, but that's definitely setting the bar. You might start seeing some more like, 10-year contracts if these rookies come out of college. They hit the gate running just like how Pat Mahomes did and bring home the Super Bowl. They lock them in forever. You know what I mean? That's what it looks like. So it's like, damn, man. But my question is, like, you're not going to have Travis Kelce, your full contract, and not have Tyreek Hill. So they're going to constantly have to keep bringing in good talent or signing some guys for Pat Mahomes to, stay on this, incline. You know what I mean? So I'm like, where's that? Because Travis Kelce probably got, like, let's find 2 or 3 left on that. He gets a beating. So his body is wearing and tearing.
Yeah. You actually were breaking up there a little bit, but we definitely heard most of that. So to your point, they're going to have to continue to win in the draft. I mean, we've all played Madden. When you get these guys these max deals, all your money's tied into one position. It's hard to build depth. So
yeah.
And of
the
course,
draft got to be won every year.
Yeah, and of course, we've seen like for me, with the league, we're definitely transitioning to like a running back by committee. So I think these running backs are going to continue to churn out every 4 or 5 years. So
Yeah.
Given the way that offense is set up, you can plug and play, the next prospect. So
Yeah.
it definitely works.
You think Andy Reid got another 10 in him?
Man, I actually wanted to look up his age before this. I actually forgot. I don't even know how old he is, but hopefully, he's planning on coaching that long. He might be looking at some retirement. So, at least halfway through
he got
that.
his ring. He got his ring.
Yeah, but for them to lock him in for 10 years, and that tells me, they're going to trust, the front office. So like the office coordinator, Eric, Eric, maybe he'll step up and become head coach on the back end of that. But this isn't the first time we've seen some 10-year contracts. So of course Drew Bledsoe back in 2001, Brett Favre, Donovan McNabb in 2002, Dante Culpepper in 2003. So that was the last one.
Last one.
Yep, and just so you got some numbers, man. So with that deal, Pat Mahomes is going to make $96 a minute. So that's
son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's basically $1.60 every second. So every time he drops $1, he's making more money.
Oh my God!
He's making $5,700.
To be that rich.
Yeah.
To be that rich.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
That is, man. So cool.
Good for him.
Yeah, man. Good for him. He definitely deserved it, and I can see him winning some more Super Bowls too. So.
Yeah, I see at least about another 3 within that contract.
Yeah.
Definitely, for sure.
Yeah. Your audio is breaking up just a little bit, so you know, but it's not too terrible.
It's probably my mic, to be honest.
Okay. All right. Let's well, before we get to this wide receiver versus, man, let's talk about this flag on the play. And actually, I didn't create the banner, but pretty much with flag on the play, it's usually like something that's went down in the league, that's foul, or something that was out of line, out of bounds. We like to throw a flag. So today, I'm gonna give my flag to Deshaun Jackson, man. I'm not sure if you saw or heard.
Yeah, I saw.
He had an Instagram post with like some Hitler quote or passage, and man, I don't know what he was doing, so I don't want to like speculate what he was doing, but
yeah, I'm not even trying to jump into his psyche to think what he was doing to post that, but like, bruh.
Yeah, man. With this climate we're in, man, it's like, come on, like,
just a terrible timing. Like, it just didn't make sense for him to do this right now. Like, maybe he thought about it in his head a different way of like how people should have taken it, but like, I even looked at it, I was like, dude, why? What are you doing? Like, you never quote Hitler ever. Like, never. Yeah. I don't know. That was out of pocket.
Yeah, it was, man. I don't even want to like get into what he was trying to accomplish there, but it was a miss, man. So, I mean, hey, if we, knocked down Drew Brees a few weeks ago, I got to be equal opportunity and knock down Jackson. So hey, I mean, he kind of gave me no choice, man. But so my flag went to Deshaun, man. So
crazy, bro. You took a major L. Riley Cooper was trending as well today too, right behind Deshaun Jackson. So I guess people were just trying to throw him in the fire as well.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, it sucks to be an Eagles fan today. But all right, let's transition to this wide receivers versus, man. So again, like I mentioned at the beginning, we want to just talk, 4 sets of wide receivers. We're both just going to state our case on each side and then plant our flag on the one we're rolling with in Dynasty. So I want to be hospitable. I want you to go first. So who's the first 2 wide receivers you're bringing?
All right. So since we talk in Dynasty, I'm going to do Golden Tate versus Jamison Crowder. Okay. The obvious would be Jamison Crowder because he's 27. Tate is 32. It's kind of like he's on the back end where he should be declining. But Golden Tate doesn't seem to be slowing down to me, honestly. Yeah. You know what I mean? He missed 4 games last season, but he was rolling and rocking and rolling as a nice flex position. You know what I mean? He only scored, I think, he played 11 games. 9 of those 11 games, he had more than 12 points. You know what I mean? So, like, for a flex position, a wide receiver 3, I'm okay with him bringing in 12 to 15 points. You know what I mean? So that is, like, solid for me to have. And I feel like once everything's rocking and rolling with, Danny Dimes and Shepard healthy, you got Darius Slayton healthy, Tate's not suspended anymore. You know what I mean? Once they're all together, even with Evan Ingram coming back, not being injury prone, probably he will be, but just saying, if he stays healthy, that offense will be rocking and rolling, bro.
Yeah.
And then there's Jamison Crowder. I hate that they brung in Rashad Perryman because I love Crowder. And I love Crowder when Crowder is the guy. You know what I mean? When Crowder has that competition around him, he tends to fade in and out weeks. So it's like I need Crowder to be the guy. You know what I mean? But they bring in Denzel Mims, they bring Rashad Perryman and stuff like that. I think what's his name? Chris Herndon. Yeah,
Tight end.
he's back from not being injured. He had like hamstring. They put him on IR. You know, he had one game, one catch. You know what I mean? But he has some hype behind him as well to break out this year. But it's a lot of mouths to feed. But again, since we're talking dynasty, I gotta go with Jameson Crowder. Just clear full send.
Okay. So when I saw you pick those two guys, first I thought about the New York connection, Jets and Giants. But looking at the Giants, let's start there with Golden Tate. They definitely leverage him out of the slot a lot, and it looks like Daniel Jones is comfortable throwing to the slot receiver.
Yeah, I think he was in the slot 73% of the time out of his 88 snap share. So I love guys that live and breathe the slot because they're going to eat up. You know what I mean? I love.
Yeah, but one thing I struggle with though, like with Golden Tate was, I mean, he had glances of looking like the number one wide receiver, and then he would take a step back.
Yeah.
So to me, it kind of felt like it just depends on which week who's going to be the number one receiver, whether it's Darius Slayton or Sterling Shepard or Evan Ingram. But
You're going to be rolling the dice a lot.
Yeah. So to that point, I'm looking for something a little bit more steady. So based on that, I am going to plant my flag on Jamison Crowder here, and because to me he is their number one wide receiver, at least from what I've seen. With the targets, and of course he's tied to Adam Gase, so I don't trust Adam Gase to take advantage of a Denzel Mims and a Rashad Perriman to really leverage those skill sets.
Literally everything I hate about the Jets right now is Adam Gates.
Yeah. So
oh my God, terrible.
Yeah. So based on that, man, I feel like Darnold's gonna, of course, he's gonna throw to Le'Veon. He's gonna get his targets, and then he developed some chemistry with Ryan Griffin, the tight end position. But with Herndon coming back, yeah, I'm sure the tight end will see some of those targets. But to me, Chris Herndon is still there, or not Chris Herndon, but Jameson Crowder is still their number one receiver. The talent's there with Mims, but I just don't trust Adam Gase to utilize it. So
nah, I don't trust anything Adam Gates. And the thing is too, like Crowder has the better hands too, because Tate, man, he drops a lot of passes. His catch rate was like very low, like 58%. And then when you even do the true catch rate, catchable balls, it still was under 60%, I think it was. So it's like he's not really a guy that I can depend on catching the ball all the time, as of a couple of years back when he was in Detroit catching everything. I remember once upon a time he was on track for like 100 catches. You know what I mean? So like that's definitely something that I take in consideration when I got those two sitting at me, in ADPs and stuff like that. But Crowder is definitely a full send. I need all parts of him. Finished 16th when it comes to receptions, 16th when it came, to targets. So that's something that's obvious that I need all shares of.
Yeah, that's a solid flex play, man. So I can get with that. All right, so my wide receiver tandem is actually this is one I struggle with a lot in Dynasty, just given they're both the same age, both came in as rookies. So McCole Hardman and Paris Campbell. So let's start with McCole Hardman. So of course he's a big play wide receiver. Most of his targets, at least the most targets he's seen in a game last season, was 6. So his opportunities are limited. He averaged about 2.5 targets a game. And then he only averaged a little over 1 catch a game as well. So the opportunities are very, very limited. And you also got to look at that offense. Yes, it's the Andy Reid, Kansas City Chiefs offense tied to Mahomes, but you got to consider the pecking order. So, of course, the number one receiver is a tight end, Travis Kelce.
Yeah, Travis Kelce.
He's finished as the number one tight end past 3-4 seasons. And then you got Tyreek. So based on that, McColl's starting to slide a little bit. And then, of course, they throw to the backfield as well. So the running backs – taking some catches too. So,
and is Sammy Watkins coming back?
Yeah, he's there.
But he's like hurt. He's injury prone. He's another one that's like hit or miss as well.
Yeah. But right now, McCole is listed as the number 2 wide receiver on the depth chart behind
as he should
Tyreek.
be.
But he's really number 3. Really, he's number 4 because you got Kelce, you got Hill, and then you got the running backs, and then, in my opinion, you got McCole. So, I'm gonna leave it at that. For right now, at the moment. Let's transition to Paris Campbell, and then we'll bring it back to Kansas City. All right, so now, just given that, and of course with McCole, he's a speed monster, 4.33 guy.
Yeah, super fast.
But Paris Campbell's actually faster, man. So Indianapolis Colts wide receiver, 4.31. He has, he plays some running back, so he has that in his DNA. And he was injured last year, so he had a broken hand and an ab injury. But when he was on the field, mind you, I mentioned with McCole, he saw 4 carries, throughout the season. But with Parrish, he actually saw 4 carries in the game. So based on that, that tells me the coach are trying to put the ball in his hands a little bit more often, leverage him as a weapon.
He has that whole run ability. He is a playmaker, and I was campaigning for him coming out of college, going into the draft. It was just unfortunate that he got hurt because he was one of the guys that I'd grabbed with like a very late round pick. I had high hopes for him, and then it just didn't work out. But hopefully this year he can get it together, man. The opportunity is there for him.
Yeah, it is, and even going back to the limited opportunities he had in the couple games he played, I think he played in like 7 games, but his average target was 5 yards. So they're definitely trying to put the ball in his hands like right now and let him create.
Yeah.
So given that, man, I'm going to plant my flag with Parrish Campbell. Of course, I'm a Colts fan, so that may sound a little biased. But, for me, at least the way I chop it up, it looks like for me, McCole Hardman is more of a luxury for Andy Reid. Like,
he's a role player.
Yeah, he has a role, and of course he gets involved in the special teams, but it doesn't seem like they're really scheming and game planning for him like how they do with Kelsey and Hill. Whereas Parrish Campbell, I'm under the impression that the Colts want to get him involved week to week, put the ball in his hands. And Ty, he's been banged up a little bit lately, so if he sits out, of course Parrish steps into that role too.
Yeah, they need the next man up, definitely. And you guys got Michael Pittman, right?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, he's another guy that I got my eye on my wait and see list. You know what I mean? I definitely want, that offense to be rocking and rolling because I got some stock in some of y'all. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I definitely need that offense rocking and rolling with Rivers. So best of luck to both of them guys for real. But like you said, I'm gonna plant my flag also with Campbell. The opportunity is there. Colts want the game plan to get him involved and get him heavily involved, and he has that playmaker home run ability. So I need all smoke with that.
Yeah, I'm with that. And there might be some people who might be nervous about Phillip Rivers, but here's my take, man. In LA, he had to throw a lot. Coming to Indy, we're going to take some pressure off because he's going to run with, Marlon Mack and Jonathan Taylor. So that's going to open up the passing game. Plus, you got Jack Doyle.
And the O-line is stacked. The O-line is stacked. So he had no reason to be
yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So, like, you got the good O-line, you got the great run in the game, and you got some veteran wide receivers there with Ty. So it's like you're going to be fine.
Yeah. All right, man. Who you got? Who's your next set?
Now I got N'Keal Harry and Justin Jefferson. This is a good one because I had high hopes. The same hype that I have for Justin Jefferson this season is the same hype I had for N'Keal Harry last year. But then he got hurt. But the little bit we did see out of N'Keal Harry was special. The little bit that we did see out of him with him and Brady building that somewhat chemistry was very special to see. But I got to play the other side, too, with Justin Jefferson coming out of LSU with Joe Burrow. He was making plays all over the field. Like, this is a dude that I could see stepping in once Adam Thielen goes down again to be Kirk Cousins' favorite wide receiver. So it's like that is what's killing me right now of who to pick. I'm really curious of who would you go with.
All right, so I'm actually going with Justin Jefferson, man. And that's because, like you said, he's made all the plays all year long. I mean, when they needed that big score, they went to Jefferson. And, of course, Chase was involved, but it seems like Jefferson had his number dialed up. And, man, you got to look at the SEC championship game against Georgia, man. Like, dude, he went off that game, like 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm about to say he had like 3 touchdowns or something like that.
Man.
Crazy.
The young man shows up. Yeah.
But stage, like I said, I had the same hype. I don't want to get disappointed. I don't want to get let down again, with some injury going on or whatever the case may be. But, man, like it was really hard because N'Keal Harry has Cam Newton now. And then you're looking at the wide receivers that Cam has. They're old. You know what I mean? Mohamed Sanu is like up there in age. He's almost 30. He's like 29. And then you got 33-year-old Julian Edelman. Come on, man. You need some youth there. You need some speed, some strength. And N'Keal Harry can make the plays, man. I've seen them throwing bubble screens to him and him getting third downs, 3rd and 14, getting the first down. Like, dude, he was making plays all over the field too. But can he stay healthy? That is the issue. That is my big So I probably have to go Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, and to add on with Nikhil, I mean, like you said, the pecking order, they got Julian Edelman, they got Sanu. I'm pretty sure they're going to get these young tight ends going to get them involved. And he's
Yeah.
going to throw to James White, and then Cam Newton's going to score. He's going to run. So,
Oh yeah.
I just, but I will say his opportunity is in the red zone and on the goal line. So last season we did see the Patriots try to go to him a lot, especially on the goal line.
Yep.
So yeah, but we'll
You got to
see.
stay
But
healthy. You got to stay healthy, man. He could be a nice target for Cam Newton. Something beautiful can happen there, definitely.
yeah.
The opportunity is there.
All right, so my last set of guys, these are actually two rookies, and I've actually struggled with these guys as well. But they play on the same team, so let's go to the Los Angeles Chargers. You got Joe Reed, wide receiver, rookie out of Virginia, taken in the 5th round, and you got KJ Hill from Ohio State.
KJ.
taken
I was
in the
surprised
7th.
they took him. I was really surprised they took KJ.
Why is that? Why so?
I really felt like they were good at wide receiver, to be honest. Like, I didn't really think they needed like another third role player because Keenan Allen's going to be Keenan Allen. He's healthy now. He kind of shook that injury, prone like title or whatever. Mike Williams, he's very serviceable. He has that big playability too, but he's on a delayed start, being that he dealt with injury his rookie year as well. But I expect big things to come out of him. Once the ball gets rocking and rolling, once Tyrod Taylor's out of town. Obviously, I'm not a Tyrod Taylor fan.
Okay.
I cannot stand him. It's just going to be the same story we've seen with Tyrod. You know what I mean? But I don't know. They're both on the same team, so it doesn't really matter who I go with because I feel like that offense is going to be like delayed by a lot. It's gonna be a while before we see Herbert. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, I'll have to go with KJ because I know KJ's game. Then I'll go with KJ.
All right. Well, let me give you some more info to back that take up, but that's who I'm taking
Right.
as well. But looking at Joe Reed, of course, he's the better athlete. Of course, he tested better as it relates to those combine metrics. He had a big return game in college. He averaged over like 30 yards a return, so he
Damn.
definitely has the big playability there. It's crazy. I was looking at their depth chart, and literally at the wide receiver 3 slot, they have Joe Reed in front of KJ Hill right now. But
Wow.
I'm making a case for KJ Hill just because if you look at what he's done at Ohio State, I mean, Ohio State has had Chris Carter, David Boston, Santonio Holmes, Michael Thomas, Terry McLaurin, like all these greats. But KJ Hill is the all-time reception leader. So to me, that speaks volume. And also KJ Hill, he was at the Senior Bowl. I don't know if Joe Reed actually had an invite, but KJ Hill actually accepted the invite and was there. So I'm starting to look at these little intangibles and these little details here. And when I look at, KJ Hill, of course, he's a slot guy. He's a possession guy. He's not really sexy with what he does on the field in terms of, explosiveness, but
Yeah.
take
You
a
can get
guy
the
like,
job done.
yeah, and here's my comp for KJ Hill. I actually compare him to a Hunter Renfro. This is a guy who stayed all 4 years in college at Clemson. You can, he thrives in the clutch whenever you need a touchdown or you need to move the sticks. So I see KJ Hill stepping into a Hunter Renfro type role and thriving in the slot. And he has a Keenan Allen, so why not learn from one of the best route technicians in the league?
Hell yeah. That's
And
somebody I would want to learn from ASAP.
yeah,
We learn from right now, even with COVID.
exactly. But even with that, the hands are there. So
Yeah.
imagine, being mentored by Keenan Allen. And the reason why I give the edge to KJ is because Mike Williams, he's kind of their athletic wide receiver.
Yeah.
Joe's an athletic wide receiver as well, but why not get a sure-handed, guy that's going to catch the ball, especially if you're going to have a Herbert in there eventually, and you need to move the sticks. Like,
What week,
especially
what week do you think we'll see Herbert?
I would say like week 6, week 8.
6?
Like,
That's
kind
exactly
of
what I was
range.
saying. Week 6. Because Tyrod's going to struggle. They're going to struggle. You know what I mean? Like, we seen this story happen, once he lost his job to Baker. So it's like he just can't get the job done. And we know he's going to try to run out of the pocket, at least twice in one drive. And then it's going to amount to nothing, no touchdowns. So it's like, I want to support my black quarterbacks, but I cannot support Tyrod. I just can't. He's destroying my Keenan Allen campaign where I thought he was going to be like, a another guy that can lock into the top 10 wide receivers, but I can't right now. I just can't. And I'm a big Keenan Allen fan. Even though I'm a Rams fan, I can still like Chargers fan. Players.
No, that works. It's all at LA too, so same city, so it works.
Nah, they're from San Diego.
San
We don't
Diego.
claim them.
Yeah. Hey, but I'm with you though, man. If you're gonna spend a first round draft capital on the QB, you might as well just throw him in there.
Oh
out the
man,
gate.
because we've seen this happen with Jared Goff. We've seen him sitting because of Case Keenum, Sean Hill. Freaking like you waited until week 7 to throw him in against the Dolphins, and it's pouring raining. Like, what do you think you're about to get out of him? What development did you see was going to happen? And I'm scared that's what's going to happen to Herbert. But thankfully, we got Sean McVay to make Goff somewhat, serviceable. I don't want to talk bad about my guys, but I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. All right. So those were the receivers, man. So just to recap, I had McCole Hardman and Paris Campbell. I planted my flag with Paris just because I feel like McColl's more of a luxury in that Kansas City offense. Kind of more like he's not really schemed in my opinion, at least for the entire game. Like Andy Reid will give him a couple plays here and there, but
Yeah.
unless they take a leap, I got to plant my flag with Paris. Just from what I saw last year. And then also on the rookie side, Joe Reed, KJ Hill. I'm going with the route technician, the guy who, he's a possession guy, sure-handed catch. So given you're playing in the AFC West against the Raiders, the Chiefs, and also what's the other team I'm forgetting? The Broncos.
Broncos.
So given that division, man, you're definitely going to have to convert and stay on the field. You don't want to give, you can't go too many 3 and outs. So I feel like KJ Hill will help you with staying on the field. So.
Yeah, he'll help. But we know Tyrod ain't getting it done.
You mind recapping yours?
I had Golden Tate, Jamison Crowder, obviously for dynasty reasons with age. I got to lean towards Crowder. He's also very reliable. He could be the guy. I don't want to say it full send that he's the wide receiver 1 for the Jets, but it could get cluttered. It could get crazy. But Crowder, I lean toward him. He's the younger, better wide receiver, short hands. And then I had N'Keal Harry and Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, playmaking ability, the home run ability is just there, man. It's crazy. It's very explosive. So, sorry, N'Keal Harry, but, you're going to have to show me something.
Yeah, I'm with it. All right, man. Well, before we get out of here, man, tell the people where they can follow you at and also, what you got going on.
Yeah, man, you guys can follow me at Real Deal Fantasy HQ at, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, wherever, Tumblr, whatever the case may be. You can follow me wherever. YouTube as well, Real Deal Fantasy. That's all you got to type in. You can type in Laquan Jones. I actually pop up on that. I don't know how, but I do. But there's that. But, yeah, I got nothing really cooking up right now. I'm really just trying to get ready to find out if we're having football like 100% before I start hitting the floodgates on all the content that I'm sitting on right now.
Gotcha. Appreciate that. And
yeah, man.
So for myself, Chief Sosa FF, that's the Twitter, that's the Instagram, that's the PSN if you're a gamer. So Call of Duty, Madden.
Sorry, sir. Got the Xbox right here.
Oh man, sorry to hear that. But I do want everyone to be sure to subscribe to the podcast, Dynasty Bros FF, streaming everywhere. Also our YouTube channel, and be sure to rate us, leave a remark. Rate us 4 stars, 5 stars, 2 stars, don't matter. But be sure to type in some comments, man. That way we can just, making sure that we're improving on what you guys would like to see from us. So, all right. So also, man, before we get out of here too, we also like to end on a positive word. So I'm gonna go first, but we basically just like to give our listeners a positive word to lean in on and to carry into the week and until we come back next week. So my positive word is going to be given everything's opening up with the summer. And I did mention this a while back, but I just want to put it, in front of everyone again. Stay on top of your immune system in terms of, taking your vitamins, get your daily men's or women's vitamins, take your vitamin C gummy vitamins. Anything you can do to give yourself an edge.
For real.
Definitely want to make sure, your immune system is equipped. So give yourself at least a good chance at staying healthy given all this COVID stuff. So
definitely, man. It's serious out there, so just be responsible, wear your mask, wash your hands. But my good word would be to keep grinding, tunnel vision on your goal. don't entertain, the clowns at the circus. Let the, clowns entertain you. You know what I mean? Don't pay them any mind. But yeah, keep grinding, man, until we all see each other at the top.
All right, I'm with it. All right, I do want to thank Laquan for joining me today. Make sure you guys follow him, on Twitter, follow his YouTube channel, follow his website for all the content he's pushing out. And yeah, man, and we'll be back next week.
All right, man.
We're out.
Thanks.